Alright guys, Forsaken has been revealing a lot lately, including the upcoming April Fool's update, possible new skins, and even changes that could affect the next big update. Let's get into it! A very old and forgotten Cool Kid skin that was based on Dustbelief Papyrus from an Undertale fan-made game is the Savior skin. This skin hasn't been updated since it was first released. It came with custom SFX, animations, and even a chase theme. However, while it does resemble some aspects of Dustbelief Papyrus, it's extremely red in design, and Cool Kid only has the cape and boots to really sell the reference. In Dustbelief, Papyrus usually dual wields rapiers, but in Forsaken, Cool Kid only wields one in-game. Because of this, the skin has always felt slightly incomplete compared to what it could have been. With the recent announcement that the skin hasn't been forgotten, it's likely we could see a redesign that finally gives it the attention and polish it needed when it originally released. There are also many other forgotten skins that still haven't been updated or even fully released. Hopefully, we can see those, along with the Savior skin, receive proper redesigns in an update fairly soon. There was a special unreleased skin given to Picket for hosting the event, and it was the Manveronica skin. This is currently one of the rarest skins in the game, as it's tied to the upcoming April Fool's update. The skin basically turns V gray and gives her the classic Man Roblox face. It was only given to those who were in the Charity Streams private server, meaning only 9 people have it right now. However, it is not dev exclusive and will be available once the April Fool's update releases. Now that an April Fool's update is confirmed, we'll likely see the return of some highly requested skins like One Eggs, which had a bunch of voice lines and even a custom chase theme. Isaac confirmed during the charity stream that this skin will be coming back. There won't be any OG variants like the Christmas skins, since the April Fool's skins aren't meant to be limited to players who got them in 2025, so everyone will have access to them. We could also see the return of the MX skin, which got redesigned a while ago, and the Insane Streamer skin based on German 985. There might even be a different John skin for Shedletsky, since the previous one was refunded to everyone last April. On top of that, we'll probably get brand new skins with this update as well. There have been many polls going on in the Discord, with Hytoko and the devs asking questions about killers. One of the polls asked if an SCP were to be added to the game as a killer, and it mentioned several SCPs like 035, 096, and more. However, out of all the options, the one that won was a new map based on SCP-3008. This does not confirm that it will come to the game. It was just to see what the fanbase would like to see added. Hytoko also asked what kind of killer playstyle players would be interested in. There were many different options, but the main one that won was a duo killer. This would allow you to swap between 2 killers in-game, meaning you could leave one in a certain area of the map, switch to the other, and keep alternating between them. Additionally, when choosing between a zoner killer and a mimic killer, the mimic option won. This is interesting, as it would likely involve shapeshifting into a survivor and deceiving other players. What new killer would you want to see come to the game?
Cloud, right there!
With Forsaken, there are only 2 game passes that you can buy, which are the VIP and Extra Emote passes. However, recently there were a bunch of new game passes that appeared, which someone managed to find. Voxov mentioned that some of them are going to be used for something or are placeholders, and the rest are just jokes. The first one is Hi Guys, which is just a Kami potion, a classic item on Roblox. This could potentially be used for some sort of event, as the potion basically shoots lasers and lets you fly. Then there's the new Game Pass. Some people think this could relate to Zombie King, another upcoming killer that hasn't really been spoken about in a while. Since the badge shows zombies, it could mean an upcoming zombie game mode where the killer has to survive against a never-ending spawn of survivors, similar to Infected in Call of Duty. There's also one that is clearly a joke, called Bro Is That Baldi, which definitely won't be coming to the game unless it's for April Fools. Another obvious joke one is Colgate toothpaste, and this one is for sure coming to the game, right? Then we have the Admin Powers Game Pass, which is most likely another joke. However, it could work as a feature that gives you admin commands to use in private matches to mess around with your friends, similar to Doors, where you can customize the game with different things to choose from. Some people have suggested that one of the game passes might allow killers to emote, or that the Earth Day game pass could return. That game pass previously included a bunch of limited skins that haven't been re-released since last year, so we can hope for it to return. Others are asking whether new game modes will be coming, since the game has mostly stayed the same since launch. Adding new modes would definitely bring more variety and make the game feel less repetitive. As of now, we don't know which game pass will actually be coming to the game, but which one do you think is most likely to release?
I'm confused right now.
So there was actually a detective-themed sneak peek showing Jane Doe investigating who corrupted John Doe and who was truly responsible for everything that happened. It adds a whole new layer to the lore, with her also including Dignity on the detective board, so we could see him come with this update as well. Now, as of recently, we finally got a release date, or at least a release date. The date shown was Thursday, December 31st, which, let's be real, makes absolutely no sense. That's clearly not the real release date, as it's so unlikely for the update to drop randomly at the end of the year. A lot of people assumed she might release on March 18th instead, since that's John Doe Day, and that would honestly be the perfect time for her to drop. It lines up with the story, the corruption arc, and the overall hype around John Doe. But even that feels unlikely right now. The reason the devs probably used a fake or placeholder date is simple. They don't want to overhype the update too early and then delay it. If they set a firm date and miss it, that kills momentum. So instead, they're likely waiting until Jane Doe is fully ready before announcing anything official. Realistically, if she's not coming in March, then she could potentially drop during summer. And if this update is anything like the Sixer and Veronica release, it probably won't just be Jane Doe dropping alone. We could see Dignity returning as a survivor, with new maps and other content that usually come with every major update. Hopefully, we get to see the release of Noli's Milestones before that. Chance's new Milestone skin, which turned out to be Milestone 3 Chance. This skin already looks extremely promising and seems to continue the card suit theme, with this one being based on diamonds. From the close-up of Chance's hat, you can see a small diamond symbol, and it even appears on the cape. It could also be inspired by the King card, with the K on his sunglasses and robes that resemble something worn by a king. So there was this insane concept skin made by Abolaz that was based on the original design of Guest 666. This skin uses a bunch of classic Roblox SFX and many animations, with them having a choppy effect to make it seem like a classic Roblox avatar. Then with the walk animation using classic SFX, and the run animation having the exact sounds of sprinting on studs, we get Sixers M1 with him giving a left hook, then Eviscerate digging straight into the floor. Then we get the classic explosion sound with Demonic Pursuit, and when you land the ability, it has additional SFX. Infernal Cry gives the quietest scream you will ever hear, with Blood Rush still being very similar. Then Blood Hunt still using the quiet scream, but with more added to it. Then when you get stunned, the kill animation. The special noob kill literally seems like he's teleporting to Guest 1337 kill animation, and finally the outgrow of the skin. So Forsaken's next update seems to be huge, with a bunch of content packed. What excites you the most for this update? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening it.